Hey, how you doing? Welcome. I'm Johnny Chadwick from Rough and Rude. And tonight my guest is the lovely Karina Sher, CEO from Ragebreed Records. Honey, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing marvelous. You are looking marvelous.
Oh, thank you. Did you
So,
have a good birthday yesterday?
oh my God, I'm still partying.
All good.
So wait a minute. There's a bunch of rumors. I want to get this straight now. I heard a bunch of rumors through the grapevines about this project you have going on. It's called
Of dreams.
Lake of Dreams. What's
hmm
that all about?
So, Lake of Dreams is a concept project, and it's basically an acoustic kind of gothic doom project that I was writing alongside Mindlapse, and I've been writing songs for it for a very long time, and I released the EP some time ago, um, and basically the EP is a concept EP because it's about uh, a soldier and a druidess that fall in love, but the soldier's role is to kill witches, and she's a druidess, and the king doesn't allow pagans, people of magic in the lands. So she has to make a decision whether or not she can be with him and vice versa, but they don't know who they are initially because he sees her pretty much naked in the waterfall bathing, and that's when he falls in love with her. And basically, like, they don't see each other in their clothes or anything. So he basically bathes in the water as well, and they talk and they get to know each other. There's this lovely bond going, and he visits her a few times, and then one day she puts her clothes on and he sees the chain she puts around his neck, which is a pagan sign, and his
Right.
heart just starts beating and he thinks, oh my god, his role is to kill pagans and witches. He doesn't realize that she's a pagan witch or druidess. So she has a massive problem because then she realizes that he's part of the king's hand who destroys people of her faith, and so they have to think about whether they want to be with each other, whether he should logically just kill her,
Mhm.
whether she should allow him to meet her family because she puts her whole, community in jeopardy and high risk. So she goes
Right.
to so she goes to a sage. So basically, this relationship is on and off all the time because they're battling with these, um, problems, and he thinks it's easier if he just left her, and the king wants him to marry his daughter. So there's all these things going on, and then lastly, what happens is um, she goes to a sage and like a seer, if you like, and a seer gives her three cards, tarot cards, and consults a spirit. So the last song on the EP is called Ether, and
Mhm.
Ether is representational of the spirits that come down and give her advice on what to do. So she has three choices of what she can do, and each card represents a Lake of Dreams album. So basically it means that if she
Whoa.
goes for option one, this will happen, option two, this will happen, and those will be the three albums by Lake of Dreams. And not only this, it will be a film each, and it will be a book release possibly, or a series. So we are planning a very big project with that. It's going to be a very, very ambitious project, but I'm inspired by Tolkien, and
Right. Right.
you know uh, so I'm kind of really big with the fantasy films. I mean, if you remember Willow, Legend, Conan the Barbarian, you know.
I used to put on a towel and
Mm.
have a like a wooden sword. I was Conan. Okay.
Oh, that's so cool. And that's the thing. I mean, it's like when I started this, I was really inspired by Opeth Damnation musically, and
Hmm.
bands like Anathema, and the very chilled kind of, The Gathering and Typo Negative and things like that. So I wanted to have something like a dark fantasy project. And I thought it was really cool because I thought it kind of touches on what we go through in this day and age with prejudices and how
Right.
people who are in power, can make choices like this that can, hinder love. So there's quite a few different things in relation to that. Um, but one of the secrets I want to tell you live is on the third album, she ventures into hell. So basically, what it is about her facing her fears, and
Whoa.
she goes through a waterfall into the cave, and there's this like it's going to have all the magical stuff in it. So like there's a mirror, and there's a portal that opens up, and she goes into hell. Now
Awesome. Really.
that's going to be it's going to be
I
really
got
cool.
goosebumps and my nipples are hard. Really.
So she goes through this portal, and the music for when she's in hell is going to be the Mind Lapse album that we're going to be releasing.
That's badass.
Isn't it? So you're going to have
Is, is
brutal
it
death
is it
metal.
just going to be music? Just music or with lyrics?
No, it's going to have lyrics, yeah. So you're going to have like
Oh, it's going to be this.
so it's going to be the album that Mind Lapse are doing. So it's basically what happens is the imagery of this is when she goes. It's going to be very brutal, very horrific. So people have to understand that this isn't going to be for the faint-hearted. When she goes into hell,
Right.
it's hell. So the music that we're writing is about a person that she meets when she's in hell by a tree, and there's a big tree there, and she thinks it's got flowers on it, but it isn't. It's like embryos that haven't been born on the tree.
That's
So
psychedelic.
yeah, like there's some really
Awesome.
fucked up shit going on there. So
That's
basically, so what we're gonna do is there's gonna be loads of different souls she meets who has a story, and each soul that has a story will be a song by Mind Lapse. So we're gonna be doing a song by Mind Lapse, brutal death metal, bit of doom in there, so it's gonna represent each soul that's in hell and their story. And
that's badass.
yeah. I won't tell you too much because there's a reason behind it
Yeah,
as well.
okay, don't.
Yeah. But
So,
we've carry on, yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I because the thing is, there's a reason why she goes into hell, and you'll find out in the third film, but that'll be the finale. And yeah, so we've got a really good plan of how we're going to fuse kind of Lake of Dreams and also Mind Lapse into this film. And
That is right, right. And have you already started on the project, or
yeah, yeah.
really?
So
Okay, when
we've
is
started to write. We've started to write the new album. So
okay?
Jimmy's been putting together the first musical part when like when she goes towards the sage and she gets all the spirits that come down and stuff like that. And it's a song called When Angels Call.
Oh,
And it's really beautiful. So you're going to find that some of the stuff is very kind of neoclassical. There's going to be a lot of prog stuff. There's going to be a lot of acoustic doom. There's going to be a lot of it's going to be really fucking cool. It's going to be like really epic. So you know
I can't wait. I can't wait. When is this supposed to be released?
Well, we're working on the album now, but I think
Okay,
it's probably going to be next year. If we can get it done this year, that'd be amazing. I mean, I've got a lot of songs written, so we're just trying to focus on how to record it because it's just me and
right.
Jimmy for this project. And then we do want to find someone who can do keys and stuff like that. So we're going to have a look into getting some keyboardists. Or but
Right,
saying that,
right.
I can actually play keyboards anyway. So but yeah,
There
it's
you
like we're
go, girl.
yeah. So yeah, it's a really ambitious project, and I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take a lot of work to get it done.
Oh,
but I
it
think
sounds like
ideas.
it's a big project. It sounds like a
Yeah,
lot of work,
yeah, yeah.
but I
But
really
it's
I can't wait to hear it.
yeah, I know. I'm really, really excited. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes. So I've started to write the script for the series, and I've started to try and hire people for the actual. We're hoping that we can get it on Netflix and stuff like that once it's all done and dusted, and I've got the actors and everything. So
That would be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
Are you thinking about making like a theater out of it, or just a film in the beginning? Or first, it's the album, the book, the story with
yeah.
the music.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna probably. I think we're probably looking more. I mean, if it turns out to be a theatre thing, great. But I think for now we're looking more into film, series, that type of thing,
Okay,
and books and the
right.
music. So
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Oh, cool. It does sound awesome. I really can't wait. Karina, I can't wait to hear it. It sounds like a big, huge project you have on your
Mhm.
hands. But
Mhm.
hey, I is there any little title tunes we can listen to get nipples hard?
Yeah. So you can. So we recently released The Day After. That's a song which you can hear on Spotify for most downloadable sites as a digital release, and also the self-titled EP, which is Lake of Dreams. So that's available to stream and buy from Amazon and things like that. So
Okay.
iTunes, all that sort of stuff. We've got a hard copy of the CD, Lake of Dreams, and so that's the self-titled EP. That comes with a signed photo, and it comes as a hard copy, so it's a limited edition, and that's only £4.99 plus postage and
Oh,
packaging.
that's good price. That's really good price.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to buy it, yeah, they just have to go to www.ragebreed.bigcartel.com, and they'll get that, and they'll get the copy signed as well. They'll get a signed photograph and a signed EP as well.
I'm sending that. I want my autograph. So repeat. Could you repeat the website again?
Yeah, so it's www.ragebreed.bigcartel.
Awesome. Well, people, if you're out there, you're watching this, you need to order this because it sounds awesome. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. What else is coming up for Karina Sher? What's going on?
So obviously we've got Mind Laps as well happening, but we're going to do a Facebook Live with the other two as well, Jimmy and Mike.
Wait a minute, real quick, honey. Something's wrong with the mic. I cannot hear you at all.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Now
hear
I
me?
hear. Now I hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
again, what's
So
going on?
so with Mind Laps, obviously we're writing for that album,
Hmm.
and so we're doing Michael and Jimmy will be doing a Facebook Live next week, so we can talk more about that album then.
Okay.
Um, but there's loads of things I've got my I do, isn't there? So I'm writing a cookery book as well, and yeah, I'm doing sort of like some recipes and stuff like that, and I also do obviously I do Ragebreed, so there's a lot of stuff happening with Ragebreed, as you know. We've got the two new uh, shows. So we've got Eric from Misanthropic Records, and he's got a show called Sounds of the Underground. We've just affiliated with him. Also, we've just affiliated the Autopsy Report as well. So
Okay.
that's
Awesome.
yeah. So we're getting a
What's
lot
that
of
about?
affiliates. So the Autopsy Report is kind of like it's a radio show,
Oh,
but it's a obviously bands that are underground and stuff. So both the shows are quite underground based. I think the Autopsy Report do play a mixture of like well-known tunes as well. So,
oh,
but I
cool.
know that. But I think Eric deals with the underground stuff, so it's a little
Yeah.
bit extra there. So yeah, it's really
No,
really
that's
cool.
cool to get the people out a little bit,
Mm.
get them notarized. So, new band signed.
New band signed. So obviously we've got every on the label currently as it stands. There's Mind Apps, Lake of Dreams, Incognito Theory. We've got Self Imposed Exiled, Rough and Rude, and Ancient Sins. So they're the six bands that are on our label. There are bands that want to be on our label. We are getting a lot of people that want to be in it, but I just want to make sure that I don't overly bring in too much too quickly,
Yeah,
because
right.
I want to make sure that I'm, having the correct amount of quality time for each band to spend on them. If that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, the quality and quantity time. Exactly.
Yeah, and once we get more people in, we can then bring on more bands and stuff. So at the minute,
Well,
it's not that I don't want to bring them on, because there are a lot of bands actually that I'm interested in, that I would like to bring on. But I think for now, I think I just want to focus on what we have, and then maybe a few months down the line, start looking at new signings when I've
cool.
got the manpower, if that makes sense,
Right, right, right. Well, I heard about this one band, Rougher Road. They're supposed to be pretty badass.
You are
No,
badass. That's all good.
no, all the bands you've signed, I I've met. Well, we've talked, and I heard the music, and they all kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be signed with your company because I feel so warmed and welcomed. It's one big family,
Yeah.
and I love it. And tell you what, girl, you are the bad bitch in the business. You know what you're doing, and that's the main thing. And you are very, very fair to all the bands. I
Yeah.
only hear good things about you,
Mm.
and
Oh,
I
thank
can't
you.
wait to hear your A Lake of Dreams. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I goosebumps, nipples are hard. We can hang keychains, everything on my nipples now. But I want to hear. So any planned festivals, Ragebreed festivals?
Yeah, so we've got a Rage Fest, which is going to be it's basically uh, it's a festival we do in England, but we are going to be looking at doing that in different countries as well. So because we've got our new group set up, a lot of people have been asking from each continent, can we have a Rage Fest there? And once I've got event managers in each country that I can, build trust with, then we can look at doing something like that there. The other good thing is we've got Rage Breed live events, and obviously you guys are coming to England. Rough and Reed is coming to England in
Yeah, I heard they're coming.
2022.
They're badass. I got to get tickets
Yeah.
for Rougher Road.
So that's going to be great. That's going to be really cool. So, but we've got 4 shows booked at the Musician next year.
Awesome.
So that's going to be sort of like a quarterly thing that we do, and then obviously we'll have Rage Fest as well. So we've got a lot of shows in the pipeline. We'll be doing tours and such. Once I've got a few more booking agents in around the world really.
Right.
I am looking for booking agents in each country who are of quality, that could get the job done, and
Exactly. Yeah. No
people.
blah blahs.
Yeah, exactly.
There's too many of them out there.
Yeah, very true. And we need to get people that are,
Right.
basically full of action, right? We need people who are actively going to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to be getting a lot more booking agents in, and yeah, I mean the future of what we're doing is great. And the other thing we're going to be doing is a Rage Breed recruitment consultancy. So we'll be doing Rage Breed graphic design services, and we're going to be basically putting up a recruitment agency globally for music business jobs around the world. So
Oh,
it's going to
cool.
be, yeah. So that's something new that we're working on. That's a very ambitious project. So that'll take probably a few years. Well, not a
That's
few years, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Quite
yeah,
a lot to set up that.
yeah.
But the thing is, it's like the way I see it is that there's a lot of alternatives out there that have got such great skill sets,
Right.
and there's a lot of companies out there in music business that want to hire, and it would be a great opportunity for labels and people who have got the skill set there to get people working in an
Yeah.
alternative environment, you know
Exactly. And especially if they're guided by you, it will be a very warm, fair environment.
yeah, yeah,
because a lot of you know how it is. A lot of business in the music business
Mm,
are cheats.
mm,
The greed is taking over too much of their personality, and
yeah,
it's and I've noticed that it's not in you. You are a band with the band. It's one big family, and that's why respect, girl.
thank you.
You are top.
Yeah.
Anything going on? I heard with what's that? The Rage? No, what's it called? The Ladies of Metal.
Which
What
one,
do you
sorry?
do? What are you doing there with them?
Ragebreed Girls, you mean?
Yeah, Fran and her.
Savage Ladies of
I'm not.
Metal. Oh
I'm
yeah.
not going to say anything because I'm mad.
So
I want. She won't let me become a savage
yeah.
lady.
Oh, yeah. So basically, we've got a show coming up actually after this that will be launched on Ragebreed Radio. So we've got a show coming up for Savage Ladies of Metal after this broadcast. So I'll be putting it all together, whapping on Podbean, and it will be available to listen to through all the channels. That's the point, actually. I wanted to mention this. Ragebreed Radio is now available on Spotify, Alexa, Amazon, YouTube, Deezer, as well as oh, Alexa started talking. That's really funny. And because I said Alexa,
Yeah.
that's really funny. She's talking to me now. I'm like, oh god. But yeah. So all that, and then www.ragebreed.biz /radio. That's where you can hear it as well from our own site, and also through the Facebook
That is
pages as well.
awesome. And with the other sites, when does that start, or has it already started?
Yeah, so if you went to www.ragebreed.biz
Mhm.
/radio, you will be able to hear basically all the episodes. Same with Spotify as well, from episode 1 up to now. So
Badass, badass.
yeah, so it's all there.
So I heard in the hot seat that you have a new TV show coming up.
Yeah, so we've got In the Hot Seat, which is going to be absolutely hilarious, which you know about as well. So, yeah, we're looking at launching that. So we're going to be launching that. I believe it's tomorrow, actually, isn't it? Is it Friday tomorrow? Hang on, let me get the. No, Friday.
Yeah. No,
No, it's day after tomorrow.
there. One thing is missing exactly.
I know the telemarketing thing. I will get it done. I will get it
I
done.
know. I believe you.
Mhm.
But anyway, I know. No, I know you have your hands full. You hardly have any elbow room to breathe. I know that because you are, like I said, you're a maniac. I don't know how you survive this stuff. You are all over the place doing everything, but you know what? In your hands, it's safe and it's working.
Yeah. Oh, thank
So,
you.
so I'm, nipples are hard. I don't know what to say. That's all I can say. If my nipples get hard, then everything's a-okay. No, really.
Oh, that's cool.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to do more stuff with Rage Breed.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
But
I'm
I,
really happy with what we're doing, and it's all good.
yeah,
It's really boomed, hasn't it? I mean, the
wow.
amount of emails I'm getting, it's just
The positive feedback.
crazy. Yeah,
It's so beautiful.
it is. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I feel really good, and people ask me, hey, when's the next show coming, the radio show? When can we see Russell Rude and Dave Incognito? You're out there too, Dave. Everything's good. The guy, I
Oh,
love the guy.
definitely.
He's my brother. And
Yeah.
no, no, you have good people on, and what I'm trying to say, it's all positive.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no negative coming in, except with the song from Russell Root. It was a negative. It's just some questions about "Love You Like Cosby."
Oh yeah, yeah, I
A
remember that.
few women wrote me, and I explained it to them because "Love You Like Cosby" is a song against rape.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was our number one uncle television uncle in America,
Mm.
grown up with him, and what was it called? Fat Albert, hey, hey, hey. And then the Jello brand, Jello pudding. I'm Bill Cosby, eat this. You know, we grew up with him. But what happened? He turned out to be a dirty rapist. And I'm against it because a lot of friends of mine were raped, and it's sad.
Yeah.
So, but and this one woman, she wrote me, and I'm not going to mention the name, but she was also badly raped, and she's an organization. She wrote me, asked me questions about it, and I explained it to her, and she asked me, "Can I post the song?" And I said, "Yes, but please put a little brief notice in there what it's really about." And she
Yeah.
said, "Yes, she will." So it's all positive. You know, we are rough and rude. We are here to help women. I mean, we need to find an organization for that.
Definitely. I mean, we do Ragebreed against bullying, and we've done stuff
Exactly.
against domestic violence, and being a rape survivor myself as well. It's something that I think people need to be aware of, and you know, it's not so much that we want to bring people down. We just need to highlight the issues that are going on in this world,
Yeah,
and make the world a safer place to say this is wrong, this is not
exactly.
going to be tolerated, and I'm a strong believer in self-defense. I'm a strong believer in women, you know um, rising from the ashes from difficult situations. So
Right.
and one of the reasons why I set up Rage Breed Against Bullying was because there are so many people who have been on the receiving end of domestic abuse, violence, rape, things like that. Even cyberbullying, things that you don't think that can draw people to, such a big low.
Exactly.
It happens.
They are
And
mostly they're scarred for life,
mhm,
and they don't know how to deal with it.
mm,
And I like to let the people know we are here for support if they need.
yeah,
Maybe we can
exactly.
guide the finger and say, let's try this or call this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what we're looking at doing on the Rage Breed Against Bullying side is we're looking at bringing in some voluntary counsellors and voluntary psychotherapists. So I am going to be building that up a little bit more into a charity, and for alternatives, people who have
Yeah,
suffered, at the hands of people who are very malicious, cruel, whether it be physical or emotional, abusive,
exactly.
and it's not right, and people need to be opening the eyes on that, to see what's right and wrong. And I think we can only just be a positive influence to say
Yeah,
this is wrong, but also not because the problem with the internet, the power of the internet, is people can talk lies about you, and all of a sudden people will believe it, and all of a sudden you can be losing people that you've known for a very long time. So this is a platform to say, this is my story, this is the truth,
right,
this is what I've come, this is what I've
right.
what I believe and stuff. And we've helped a lot of people tell their story on there. So in the magazine issue 1, if people have read Rage Breed magazine issue 1, we've done a few LGBT things of there as well.
Hmm.
We've done a video with Siobhan Mazet and Will Price regarding bullying in the LGBT scene. So we're trying to sort of make people realize that these things do exist. But what
Yeah,
can we do as a society to become better as people? How do we help each other shine rather than insult each other and bring each other down?
yeah,
It's that kind of thing. Our mental
yeah,
health is so important, and we have
exactly,
to protect it. You know.
exactly. No, I know how it is because going through not elementary because I was the biggest kid there. I was Papa John. I was taking care of the little guys. But as soon as I went to junior high and high school, that's when it started bullying.
Mm.
You know, me, and but it was hard. It was hard,
Mm.
but yeah, and I had nobody there. You know, that's why. but we are here for people that kind of need help.
Yeah.
Uh, we're not professionals, but maybe we can point them to the professional way.
Absolutely. And also the other thing that I do offer is life coaching. I am actually qualified life coach. So, if people are having problems with achieving their dreams or they've got certain goals, obviously, I do life coaching on there. The other thing is we want to bring in more qualified counselors and psychotherapists. So
Good.
we are going to be looking out and reaching out for actual, people who got degrees in
Right.
counselling and psychotherapy. And I think that that is going to be a really cool thing for our society, because I think sometimes people who are not in the alternative scene don't they they find it hard to relate to the mainstream type of thing sometimes, and I think it
Right.
will be really helpful to find people who are in the alternative culture and are able to have that trust,
Yeah.
there between each other and stuff. So
Yeah. No, I found out a couple of weeks ago, well, a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, and people are still talking about me. So I must be that interesting. You know what I mean? That I'm still in their heart, mind, and mouth. So I'm very interesting, I guess. They can't get me out of their minds,
yeah,
but
and
that's okay.
but what though? Before, when it first started, when I started to go from that point of being sort of somebody who was not as known to someone who has become quite globally well known, that transition is so weird, because it's like you're not used to people talking about you, and they're talking about you like you don't have like like you don't have any feelings.
Right.
And it's like, and you're seeing stuff on pages and chats, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why are
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
so involved
Exactly.
in my life? Like, what? And some of the things they're saying, you're just cracking up, because you're like, where the hell did they get that from? And it's so funny to see it, because you're like, well, you obviously don't know who I am.
Yeah.
But this is
That's
how rumors can get started. So this is why I always say you don't have to
yeah.
fight every single battle, but things that are seriously wrong, you've got to be able to state your case and defend yourself. But
Right.
I mean, most of the time, if they're like really stupid, silly stuff, it's just,
Yeah.
it's horns of duck back.
Yeah. That's one thing that always bothered me. But you have so many haters out there, and dude, if you get to know me,
Mm,
let's go have a drink, a cocktail, or let's just sit there and talk, shoot the breeze
mm.
together, and then you will know it's not true what you're saying, talking about me. It's just the hate, and hate is ugly,
It
and
is.
and that makes a lot of people evil inside, and that's sad for. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I do. I do as well, because the thing is, it's like the way I see things, and I think people who are on your wavelength understand it, because I've always been somebody who likes to see other people shine, which is why I love to manage teams. That's why I do life coaching. It's why I love to help bands,
Yeah,
because I can see their inner, it's like this like inner ball of energy. That's how I can describe it. And you can see it
right.
shining when they're like performing. They're in their element. That's what they're supposed
Yeah,
to do. And if I can help people, whether it's playing live, whether it's putting them on a radio show, whether it's, I feel
yeah,
like that is my purpose, to try and help people like that. So it's
exactly.
like, and people can make up all these strange ideas about you, about what you're about, and you're just like looking at it going, you really have no idea who I am, like.
Yeah.
you know
I sat there, I heard stories, I'm saying, really? I did that? I
yeah.
did all of that? It's funny as shit. No, but like you said, some at least being there and supporting other bands, or my old ex-guitarist, Axel Berm, love you, brother. He plays in a hardcore speed metal band. Hey, I go to his concerts because I wish him well, and I see him. He sees me because we've been playing years and years, and I see that he looks at me and he's shining. And it makes me feel good to see my buddy up there shining. There's no
Yeah,
bad blood.
exactly. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. When you have a heart that can be happy for others,
Mm,
that is the best kind of person that you can meet in your life, because there's so many people that want to bring you down, or they make themselves feel better by putting you down, or and it's so nice to meet people who want to cheer each other on, like
yeah.
what we do in Ragebreed. Like Dave will say to you, "Oh, dude, you're so cool," and you'll go to Dave, "Yeah, man, your stuff's really good," and
Yeah, but
and
excuse me, but Dave he overdoes it sometimes. I love the man, but you know what? He wants some favors from me. No, I'm kidding.
oh,
No, love you, Dave. I
yeah.
know he's
But
watching.
he will be. I mean, and the thing is, though, it's like what's nice is if everyone can help each other shine, then everyone wins.
Yeah,
And my philosophy has always been
exactly.
rise together. You know,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
I mean, I remember a few years ago, well, when we still do them, they're Ragebreed VIP cards, and what I did is try and get promoters around the Midlands to do discounts for Ragebreed card holders. And the reason for that was
Hmm.
so if they could get in half price or a couple of quid off, it would encourage people to go out, to these gigs, and maybe try two or
Right.
three rather than just one, because it just means that you're working collectively as a unit to try
Right.
and help not just yourself but others as well, because I don't want to be in competition with anyone. I want to help everybody else gain
Yeah.
business. So
Yeah.
even when I put my club night on, say for example, we would go to like two or three different places prior, you
Right.
know, just to bring in that business. So we'd have a crowd of us going to all these places. We even did interviews in other places so they would get some recognition. And then after the club night, we'd even go to the another place and
Yeah.
sit in there till 6 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock, whenever it was,
Right.
and then have
Right.
an after party. So, you know,
Sure.
um, we always try to help, and that
Yeah.
has always been my underlying goal for everything.
Yeah. Well, the last gig before Corona hit, we opened up for this one band. They were called Rolling Bones, really badass band. And like an hour before we were on the stage, I took a walk outside, smoked a cigarette, and there were a few kids. They they couldn't get in because they didn't have any money. I said, "You guys come to watch the show? Oh God, we would really love to, but kids today." And I said, "Come here, you're my guest." So I put
Oh,
them. I love that because they're our future. They're going to be our future musicians.
yeah.
And they loved the show, and both shows we opened up for Rolling Bones, and they loved Rolling Bones. And after the show, they came and said, "Dude, thank you, bro. It was really nice of you." And they never forget that, and I never forget that. And that's what I do mostly before gigs starting. Well, I used to do that way back in the '80s and '90s. Always walk around for kids who didn't have money to get in. I said, "Let this guy sing,"
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
Definitely.
we're not going to be millionaires in this business anyway, but we're going to have fun doing it.
Damn straight.
Fucking
It's
A.
Yeah. I mean, just see how it goes. I mean, you put in the hard work. If it flows, it flows. If you become successful, excellent.
Yeah.
It's a plus, but it has to be the passion driving you, and as long as you've got the passion driving you, then, you know, it's all good.
See, and as big as I am, I'm a softie. Every time at the end of the gigs, when we take our final bow, and the people are really cheering because you're on the stage, you're working with the people, and you see their eyes, and they're giving you the expression because they're mimicking your face. When I'm playing, I'm I'm making retard faces, okay? but I look and they're mimicking me, and after the show, I get that powerful hour of feedback.
Mm,
I cry on the stage after I take my bow. I have to run off the
oh,
stage. So I
yeah.
feel like a little sissy, but I don't care. That's rock and roll. That's a true feeling of rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely. I remember some of the best moments that I've had live has been probably Rock City. And I remember in 2001, you're talking now, I remember the first Rock City show Mind Lapse ever played. And we were in we were on stage and everything. And everyone was like, encore, encore, And there were people in the room standing on tables to see us. The whole place was packed. We had people standing on tables, and we had a mosh pit going, and it was fantastic. We offloaded so many CDs that night, and but they were like encore, and we'd played all our songs that we'd already done,
Yeah.
and we're like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Because we've not. So we just played one song again. We were just like, well, let's just play Love My Hate. And everyone went wild, wild. It was so good, and
That
I
is so
remember
beautiful.
because it was wonderful. And then I remember at the end of it, it was so funny because um, it was our first proper paid gig, and we were so happy because like we're like, oh my god, and like when because we'd got 4Ks in Kerrang, and so we were quite buzzing about that anyway. And then obviously then we started to play like venues like Rock City, and it was
Right.
that feeling of real, oh my god, people love what we're doing, and that energy that you have on stage is just so incredible,
That's
isn't it?
that's beautiful. I know. I know. Right before Corona hit, my two boys, they're 24 and 21 now, but they came to see Dad the first time because I quit the music business because I raised my kids on my own. But they were in the audience, and this one song is called Twister. Because I used to sing, play bass and sing. That was weird because I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. But if I start a song correctly, the song I don't forget.
Mm.
But I started Twister wrong, and I didn't know the lyrics anymore. And it was so sweet. My two boys trying to uh, 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 throw me the words,
Oh,
lip syncing. But I couldn't see because I had the lights in my eyes. But it was so cool. We laughed our ass off, and it's cool.
mm,
That's all rock and roll. It's a
it
fuck
is.
up show, but it's a beautiful feeling, getting all that
And
positive feedback back. That's
I
why I'm doing
remember,
this.
how you're talking about your eyes when all the smoke's there. I've got a really funny story about this. So, so we played in London, and it was a venue called the Red Eye in Camden. And what was really funny was at the last song, they blew loads of smoke into my eyes, and like how you have that, and my eyes had an allergic reaction, and I started to cry. Now, bear in mind, I was really wearing heavy makeup, like Alice Cooper, like
Alice
strong.
Cooper.
Yeah, like that's what it looked like at the end of it. Like I was literally like, because it really had a big, big allergic reaction. And what happened was, what was really, really funny was our guitarist swung his guitar, and it hit my bass player on the head, and then all of a sudden, his guitar dropped into two pieces on the last song.
Oh, fuck.
Now you imagine being in the audience, right, and you see this, and it looked like it was a staged thing,
Yeah.
right? And so when we came off stage, all these people went, "Oh my god, it was so powerful when you started to cry." They thought I was actually
Oh.
crying. It was an allergic reaction. And I was like, oh fuck. So I was just like, okay. And then they're like, yeah, but the bit when the guitar went in half, that was so cool. Oh my god, that is just like so badass. And we were just looking,
Your stage
and
shows
Gaz
are
was like,
awesome.
and Gaz was like crying, goes, look what's happened to my guitar, but all these people thought it was like a show. So they're like going, that was amazing, coming up to us, can we have an autograph? And we were
Right,
just
right.
crying, we were laughing. We were like, oh my god. I was like, I'm sitting there, my eyes are simmering because of like, I got an allergic
Yeah.
reaction with the smoke. And I'm sitting there going, I can't even see anything, let alone sign an autograph. It was so funny.
Awesome.
I look like something out of like Alice Cooper. Seriously, my eyeliner was all over my face. And because I rushed into the bathroom because my eyes were hurting, they thought
Right.
that was really rock star because they were like, oh my god, she's crying, she's upset because it
Yeah.
went so much. And I was like, no, I've just had an allergic reaction. It was so funny, but yeah. So we were. It was. I just remember listening to these people, and they were like, "It was so cool when you did this." And I was thinking, if only you knew that I had an allergic reaction,
That's
that
it's so
my eyes
badass.
were fucking killing me.
We we we
There's
had
stuff like that on the road, though.
we had a gig in the '80s, We were called at the time Violent Touch, and we were a really cool local band.
Hmm.
We played in this concert hall where Tiger Tail was supposed to play that night, but somehow they called it off, and nobody heard about it that Tiger Tail's not playing. So we packed the place. Well, we didn't. Tiger Tails did, but they weren't there that night. So anyway, it was a nice packed concert hall, and we had these huge stages next to the drums, and it had a ramp going down. And I'm stupid. I'll fall over my own feet.
Mm.
I can't inline, no rollerblading, no skateboarding. I'm glad I can tie my shoe and walk.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had these brand new cowboy boots. Back then they were in, and the ramp was wood. Well, leather wood, you will slide like a bitch. You know what I mean? And they didn't put a rubber mat.
Mm.
So I take the first step. Our intro is running. Okay, okay, here we go. This is it. I take the first step. I want to walk down the ramp. Really cool. But I slide down the ramp. And I'm looking while I'm sliding, I'm looking at my guitar player, and he's looking at me with big eyes. He knows this big, jolly, big man with the bass is going to bust ass. But I slid down like boom, and I landed perfectly, like it was the script was written for me. I swear to God, I changed my slip and everything. That did it. I'm gonna fall, break the base, get my period at the same time. But it was badass. We had a badass show, so it was really
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool. Yeah.
And the people, they didn't even bitch about that Tiger Tails didn't even play. And Tiger Tail was back then a pretty badass band. So, well,
Mm.
honey,
Hmm.
is there anything you want to promote?
Just for everyone to go to Ragebreed TV on YouTube. Check out obviously the Lake of Dreams CD, and if you want
Oh,
to
I
grab a
will.
copy, that's so cool. And also, um, Haunted is now by Mind Lapse is on Spotify, so if you want to check that out, you can do. It's available to buy. So is the album Forgotten Memories of Past Lives. And basically support Ragebreed, join our groups, check out our pages.
Yes, please do.
Lake of Dreams will be obviously working on material, so we're going to be doing behind the scenes stuff. We're going to be filming stuff, so there's going to be a lot of stuff happening on that front as well. So um, yeah, all good. So, but next time what we'll do is we'll have a chat with Jimmy as well, but he's not here at the moment, so we can find out a little bit more about his influences. But
Yeah,
we'll sort
sure.
that out soon. Yeah,
I hope
that'll be
I'm
great.
invited.
Of course, you're invited.
We always have a good time, don't we, sweetie?
Damn straight.
Hell,
It's all
fucking
good.
A. Because it's rock and roll and it's rage breed.
Damn straight.
So I'm not going to say a word about rough and rude. We'll save that for other time.
You can say something about Rough and Rude. Go on.
Well, Rough and Rude is going into the studio. We're coming out with a new album. It's called Road to Thunder.
Amazing.
It's a badass. It's going to be really good. It's strictly rock. Yeah, nipples are hard again. But we'll talk about that another time. And I cannot wait to be on the billing with Rage Breed in England because you and I, Mademoiselle, we're going to go out, we're going to get shit faced and make the town unsteady.
Sounds like a
Do you
plan.
have a good lawyer?
Oh God. Probably will need to get one in advance.
Oh, we should. I got a good friend, but nah, we got to get him out of jail then. But anyway, honey, it was great talking to you.
Thank you so much for the interview, lovely.
You are a sweetheart and stay the way you are.
I will do.
People in TV, radio land, Johnny Chadwick from Rough and Rude, this beautiful woman, Karina Sher from Ragebreed, Lake of Dreams. I can't wait. I can't wait. The fantasy, I got it. I'm going to have sweet dreams tonight.
Oh, all good.
Cheers, honey. Here's to you.
Cheers. Thank you.
We out of here. Bye, baby.